Alright guys, today I'll be giving you a layout breakdown of Falcons Flight. Now, I won't be giving you any stats or anything along those lines, because everyone's already done that. But shockingly, not many people have really dug in deep into this layout, which is what I want to do today. So let's start off with the first drop, because obviously we're not going to go over the turn out of the station in the lift. This first drop actually looks pretty good. It looks like a bit of a weaker version of Let Coasters, and how it sort of starts as a pretty lackluster first drop, maybe on par with the Ride of Steel clones at best, but then out of nowhere in the middle of it, you take a sharp turn to the left, and the angle of descent actually steepens pretty abruptly here. Again, I know Let Coaster does this, and I think this will feel pretty similar. On that kink in the middle, you should definitely get some good ejector on that. So then after that, you'll hit a pretty good looking speed hill. Almost looks like a weaker version of Wildcat's Revenge's straight camelback. This should launch you out of your seat pretty hard, especially if you get some room, which if you know what you're doing with these restraints, you will. After this, you'll hit a pretty lackluster looking S-hill, almost looks like the S-hill in the middle of Flying Aces. It should give a little bit of floater and a little bit of laterals, but nothing too good. After that, you're going to hit the best part of the first half, at least by the looks of it, and that is this wave turn. It looks like you'll get some really good, strong, sustained sideways ejector. After this, you'll hit one more straight ejector hill, and I feel like that'll give some pretty strong ejector. Definitely nothing too outstanding, but it'll be pretty good, especially since it looks sustained. After this, you're going to hit a little turn going to the right. You should fold over to the right a good deal there. After this, you'll hit one more good airtime moment before the launch, and it should be flow-jector. I don't think it'll be very strong, especially in the back, but in the front it could be ejector, but I'd err on the side of calling it flow-jector, just because I think the train won't have too much speed going into this, especially since you've got the next element coming up, which is the launch. They won't really need a whole lot of speed to get it into this section because, yeah, you're going to take off like a gun here, and I'm a huge fan of uphill launches, so I know this will probably be one of the punchiest launches Intamin's done with LSMs, and it looks very sustained too. You're not going all the way up to the cliff, but you're definitely launching for a good deal. So then once you actually get out of the launch, you're going to turn up to the left on top of the cliff, and you're going to turn around for a bit, and this whole top part is very slow, so definitely don't expect a whole lot of forces here. There's a little twist and shout here, which I think it'll just give weak floater, especially if you're on that left side. On the right side, it might be better. But, oh my god, that view looking out over the cliff, it's going to flip you right out there, and you're just going to be completely exposed. So that's going to be a really nice element. You're going to have a couple little airtime pops, including one coming out of a turnaround to the right, which could give some weak laterals and weak floater. And then you've got another weak looking floater hill after that. You've got a turn to the left, and then you set up for the iconic drop, which most of it is not going to be at a 90-degree angle, but still a good 200 plus feet of it will be at a 90-degree angle. So you're going to get absolutely tossed, probably on par with Iron Gwazi's first drop. It looks that good, that strong. And then you're going to hit this tunnel section, which is maybe at a 30-degree angle. I don't know the exact angle, but it's shallow. You're not actually levitating out of your seat throughout that, but you are going to feel the speed, because you are picking up speed at a rapid rate here, especially since you're also going to be launching through a lot of this. It looks like it'll have some nice lights around it, and yeah, you're not just picking up speed from the drop, you're picking up speed from the launch too. So that's going to be insane to be flying throughout that. The valley of that drop doesn't look particularly good. It looks pretty drawn out, so I don't think you'll really feel many Gs, but again, you'll be feeling all that speed. I don't care that you have the windshields, you're still definitely going to feel a good amount of speed there. And then you hit the massive camelback, probably the element that catches most people's attention, but I don't really think it'll be that good. It'll be really, really sustained. There's not going to be a more sustained airtime moment out there. But I hate to break it to you, but it's going to be floater. I do not see this giving out ejector. It just looks too drawn out to do that. This is not going to be El Toro's Camelbacks, but 5 times larger. No, this is going to be a very floaty element, which is okay, but yeah, I definitely like it to be a lot stronger. After this, you're going to hit a very Fury 325-like turn, maybe get a little bit of laterals, but nothing too crazy. This is really just to feel the speed. And then after this, you're going to hit a floater hill. It's definitely a floater speed hill, sort of like Candemonium's by the looks of it. I highly doubt this would give ejector. It just looks way too drawn out, just like that giant Camelback earlier. You're really going to hug the ground after this and pull some good G's, I bet. Nothing too special, but yeah, you're definitely flying, so you're bound to feel some G's on this. You're going to hit a couple Pantherian-like snaps after this. Nothing like that, I don't think, but it's definitely going to throw you to the side a little bit, especially if you know what you're doing with these lap bars, which is basically just lean forward. That always works for me on Sky Rush. So then after this, you're going to hit a really intense-looking overbank. This could be the most intense part of the ride for positives. You'll definitely feel it there, might gray out a bit there. And then after this, you hit one more really elongated hill, turning you into the brakes. I don't know if you'll get any airtime there. It could be just a little bit of floater. But I will say all the airtime moments on this ride look very sustained. There's not a moment where it's like, oh, I wish there was just a little more airtime on that hill. No, everything here does look sustained. But the reason I can't really say it looks phenomenal is just because it doesn't look like it's strong enough. A lot of the moments look floatery, and I get that that's part of the point. It's supposed to be a huge GP pleaser. It's something that GP want to ride multiple times. But as an enthusiast, I can't say that I'm a huge fan of that. I think the first half does look really good. Some good ejector moments in there. But most of the second half is just Fury 325, but bigger. I'm sorry. So will it be a top 10 coaster in the world? I personally don't think so. Will it be top 20? I'd have to say yes. I don't think it'll be anything too outstanding. I don't think it's beating rides like DC Rivals, Zadra, Iron Gwazi, but it'll definitely beat out some good rides like Conda, Sky Rush, El Toro. Some of those it definitely could. Because yes, there's a lot of aspects of it that are reminiscent of Fury, but there's also a lot that are reminiscent of modern Intamins like Conda. And I think the combination of those and just how long this ride is will make it a top 20 worthy coaster. So let me know what you guys think of Falcons Flight down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.